ransom from this world.
Alright guys, welcome back to another deck profile video here with KaioKris, and today we're going to be going over the new set 12 leader Whis Godly Mentor. This is a leader I'm very excited to play. I think there's a lot of renditions of this deck that will be created and kind of brewed as the set is released. And I wanted to make one of the first deck videos that I have for it. I have a few different ideas that I think can work with this leader. So I wanted to get some information out for you guys, so you guys can check it out for yourself. Maybe you guys come up with an idea that I did not think of. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of these deck videos, as well as give me some ideas of cards I can work with in the future. So what this leader does, he is a yellow leader, obviously 10k and 15k on the Awakened side. Attacks, draws a card. That's all pretty similar. The auto, once per turn, both sides. When your opponent attacks, you may choose a Skilless battle card, 2 drop and 15k power, combo with it. And when you combo with it, once it is removed from the combo area, it is played from your drop area. So if you combo with it, and then you can play it out, or you combo with it and your opponent removes it from your combo area, you can still play it out once per turn on your opponent's side. Your Awaken is at 4. You can restand 1, draw 1, or you can Awaken at 6 life if you have a unison with a specific cost of 2 in play. Then you can Awaken and draw cards until you have 6 life left, very similar to the Topo that came out in the expansion pack. Now, on the Awakened side, you have another effect. Once per turn, you can pay 1 yellow, and you can take a 2-drop Goku, yellow Goku, or yellow Vegeta in your battle area, put in the drop, and then you can play out a 3-cost Goku or Vegeta with the X-Evolve tag from your deck or your hand, and then shuffle your deck if you look through it. There are some promo cards that came out that this will actually work with a little bit better, because you do have some 2-drops, obviously, that you run in the deck. But you basically get to play out the X-Evolve, which is the second part of the chain that you play with the Whis deck, from your deck or your hand for 1 energy. So that's very, very strong, especially if you don't have the piece. And because you're not playing it over top of that card, it comes in active mode, so you get a secondary swing, which is pretty strong as well. Now, the deck itself, we run a 51-card deck, and this is the deck here in its entirety. So for the Unisons, we run the 2 of the Maki Cabra, still a very, very good game ender. You can draw a card with it. You can keep cards basically prison locked for a number of turns. Having blocker as well is very, very good. That also allows you to basically tap any of your opponent's cards once it has a marker removed once per turn. Or the -4, we can basically take control over a card, an opponent's battle card, and use it against them. Vados is the main engine of the deck. This is the main unison that we want to run. 15k auto. Whenever your opponent's card attacks, you may choose 1 yellow Skilless, obviously 15k and stuff, in your drop area or your hand and combo with it. This is very good because the leader allows you to play those cards back out. So if you have a Skilless card in your drop area, you can use Vados to combo with it, and then you get to play the card out with your Whis effect. +1, you get to tap one of your opponent's unisons or battle cards. Very, 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 very strong. And then -4, you get to choose 2 Skilless cards with 15k power from your deck or drop and play them. Another very, very strong effect. This allows you to just accrue more advantage and more field presence that you would already have. For the extra cards, we run two Release from Evil, probably still the best yellow extra card in the game. Just removes, basically turns a card into a vanilla, whether it's a leader, unison, battle card, whatever, ignoring barrier. And you can play it out for free if you have a unison on board. The unison with if you just have a unison on board. 2 Nimbus for Swarm decks, 2 Time Magic for the emergency sparking negates, and then 3 Spatial Transmission. So this is a new card that came out of the set. It's specifically for this leader. When you negate, you pitch a card, and then if your leader is Whis, you get to play up to 1 yellow skill with an energy cost of 2 and 15k power from your drop area in rest mode. So this is another one of our leader effects, basically. So our leader can combo with the card and play it out. Then we can negate another attack, pitch a Skilless, and then play it out. You can pitch another card, obviously, as well, and then just play the Skilless out that you have in your drop area. But you play this. This one comes in rest mode, so you can't use it for combo power, but you can play it on. You can use it for attacking for the next turn. Now for battle cards, the main engine of this deck is going to be the Goku and Vegetas here. So we have 4 Gokus, 4 Vegetas. These are 15k vanillas that are 2 energy cost, and then we have the 4 of each of the 20k Goku and Vegeta. So the Goku is a very, very strong card. Both of them have X evolve. Both of them evolve for 1 yellow, and both of them draw you a card when they are played. So you pay 1, draw 1, play out a 20k. Now Goku has crit as Vegeta has double strike, and they both have their own effects as well. So with Goku, when this card attacks, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. You mix this with your Vados leader, your Vados Unison, you can tap a battle card and then swing with Goku and kill it. Very, very strong effect. The Vegeta, when this card, during this card's battle, if your opponent plays a counter during that window, you get to restand this card. So basically, it can be a double strike dual attack, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now they both also have another auto. When this card is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill, you get to play the opposite Saiyan. So for Goku, you play out a Vegeta. For Vegeta, you play out a Goku. A yellow and an energy cost of 2 from your deck or your drop area, and then shuffle. So it doesn't say it plays out in rest mode, so it plays it out in active mode. So you can swing with the Goku Vegeta, pay 1, play this, draw a card. Then you swing with these, and then which one of these gets removed, you have to play the other one out from your drop area or your deck, and now you have another card on board. It's a really, really strong effect. The whole idea is we're playing out Skilless on our opponent's turn, and then using that energy then to evolve and play out bigger versions of those cards on our turn, and then drawing more cards. Very, 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 very strong effect. Dog's going a little crazy back there. So we run a full set of all of these just because they are really, really strong cards here. The next card is kind of the main one drop that we have in this deck that we want to use. Going to be Whis, a helping hand. So this card is a one drop. When you play it, you search top 5, add up to 1 yellow Skilless battle card, or with basically one of the 2 drop Skilless, or you can grab a yellow Unison with a specific cost of 2, so it allows you to search out your Vados as well. Then the second auto is when you use a yellow Skilless card in a combo, you get to draw a card. That's pretty good. So that's on your turn and your opponent's turn. And on your turn, you can basically combo with it, draw the card. So it's basically, you make every super combo a pseudo super combo. Basically, it's drawing you a card, and then you have to play it out afterwards. And you also do it from your drop area. So you can combo with it from your drop area, draw a card, and then then obviously you can play it out. So very, very strong card here. It's a one drop, no defensive stats or anything, so that's a little bad. But we will make do. The other one drop is Bulma, sending out an SOS. And this card here, if your leader is a Whis, and it's your opponent's turn when this card is used in a combo, you have to combo up to 1 yellow Skilless card with energy cost of 2 and 15k power from your deck, then shuffle your deck. You may see this card has 0 combo power and think this card is completely terrible. It is not. This card is an amazing card for this deck. If you completely miss all of your Skilless for some reason, or you're just short and you're just running out of Skilless cards, you just combo with this, and then you get to pick that card out from your deck. So you get to thin your deck out, and you get to play that card. And then if you have Whis on board, you get to draw a card, and then you can play it out with your leader ability. It's pretty good. It will never be dead. If you want to run more of them, I have 2 in here. You can always run them, and then later on in the game, once you have all of your Skilless in the drop area or in your hand or in play, you can just charge it, just a free charge. So it's never dead in the deck. It just allows you to have different forms of play. Now we run 4 of these Super Zamasu, or the Zamasu Super combos that allows us to tap cards, and we run 2 of the Bergamos. This is a good combination still. You also can use the Vados ability as well to trigger the Bergamo, so these 2 also trigger off each other as well. You can run the Krillin draw card if you're not going to end up running Bergamo. You can end up running Bardock Raider's Warcry in exchange for this. This one just gives you the ability to tap cards as well, which I think is a really good thing for yellow. We run 3 of the Prideful Transformation Vegetas. This is a free Unison counterplay that basically comes out, taps a card, and then we get a blocker. This card will also trigger Bergamo as well, so we just have the ability to stop our opponents from being able to do basically anything if we have the right combination. 2 of the Swift Retaliation Coolers. Yellow, I think, because there's so many counter cards coming out, especially counter SCRs, this card allows us to counter those cards. So when they decide to play out one of those counter attacks, or counter or whatever, then we can play this, and it just negates it. And then if we have 3 cards or 4 cards in rest mode, if you have 6 cards in rest mode, you get to draw a card. The 15k body as well, so it just allows you to maybe stop a giant negate that that they were going to do, maybe like a topo or something, and then we can continue pushing. And now we have another 15k. The secret rares of choice here, we have the Fu Shrouded Mystery and the Super Saiyan Go Tanks. Now the Go Tanks can be replaced by Cell, obviously, if you want to run Cell. Personally, I don't own Cell. I don't plan on buying Cell. I think he's too expensive. I think this SCR is fine. It gets its cost reduced for 1 for every battle card with 15k power in your drop area. You have 8 cards here, plus 2 more here. It's 10. If you have these in the drop area, which you probably will frequently, this card just gets reduced. It is a 40k double strike, and negates the skills of all of the battle cards. So you can play it down and just negate a bunch of skills. Once this card is removed, though, you choose all your opponent's battle cards and energy in rest mode, ignore and bury, and place them in your owner's drop area. So it does kind of work as a board wipe as well later on in the game, which could be very, very beneficial. Fu is always good. Fu is still predominantly one of the best game-ending cards because it just shuts down your opponent for that turn and their next turn, so it allows you to have a good clap back on the second turn. Now, the last card that we run in the deck is going to be this card here, the Frieza Divine Transformation. Now, this is the SDR that came out in this set, in set 12. It is a 5-drop deflect double strike blocker. Very, very strange stat line. It's 25k as well. This card cannot be removed from your battle area by your opponent's skills, so they can't choose it and remove it for anything. So it kind of has barrier as well. And if your leader is yellow when this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO them, and then flip 1 card on your life face down. Now, obviously, that effect we don't have because we're not playing any face-up cards, at least in this variation of the deck, so that doesn't matter. And then at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. So you basically play this for 5, KO everything that's in rest mode, and then swing with it, and you have a 25k double strike, and then at the end of the turn you get to restand it. It's a really, really strong effect. Also, being a 5k combo and not a 10k is very, very, very strong. The second effect is once per turn when your opponent activates a counterattack skill, choose 2 of their cards, switch them to rest mode, and then they cannot be switched to active mode until the end of your opponent's next turn. So, your turn, you can play this. If they, you swing, they do a counterattack, you can tap 2 energy. They can't restand those 2 energy for the next turn. You also can use that with Bergamo as well, so you can tap down more cards. It's a really, really, really strong effect. I think this is going to be one of the best yellow cards in the next set. I think this is going to be one of the money cards, unfortunately, so hopefully I can get some before they go up in price. But we run 2 of this card currently. May bump it up more depending on how this variation of the deck kind of unfolds. I've been testing it a lot on Untap. I want to test it some more. I think this variation of the deck is probably one of the better ones that I've come up with. The idea is turn 1, obviously your turn 1 play would be Whis. If not, you're not really playing anything out turn 1. And then on their turn, you'll combo with one of these, play it out, and now you have a 15k body on board that you can swing with. Hopefully it's your turn, you can play Vados. You can evolve one of these, go into that. You have a lot of different variation of mid-game plays that you can do, and the cycle between the Goku and the Vegeta is nuts. If you have both of them on board already, these don't have unique as well, which is something to keep in mind, which is why we run a full set of 4. Because you can have multiple of these cards on board, and now you have a ton of these 20k cards that just draw you a card. When they die, they bring a 15k body out, and it's a lot of pressure. Obviously, 2 further destruction chompers here as well. They won't work with the Vegeta, but you can make your Goku a 30k double strike crit. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So yeah, I think this is a very interesting deck. I think this concept is something I'm going to continue to work on and come up with some new ideas. I think this Whis deck could be very, very good in whatever format we're going to have, obviously, with how everything is in the world. So yeah, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of this deck. If you guys like the synergy in here, if you guys think there's certain things that I should add or take out, let me know down in the comments. Love to hear your guys' thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video.